what's up YouTubers, it's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with another video game review. And for today, we are going to be taking a look at Yakuza, if I'm saying that name right, Yakuza 0 for the PS4. Now, this is sort of an interesting series because I've heard of it though, but thing is, I never got a chance to try it out, or at least tried out any of the other entries though, except for maybe one time on the PlayStation 2, and my first time trying it, I kind of did not like it. That was sort of at the time though, so, and I've always, since then, but ever since I've heard of the series, and ever since I've seen some videos of it though, I've always wanted to try it out, but never really got around to it. So, when I first heard that they were doing a prequel like this though, I thought I would give the series a try though and see how it is, how it plays out, what it's like though. And after investing a couple of hours into this game though, I have to say that it is weird and bizarre, but I mean that in a good way. And I, in a way, kind of wish I got into the series much earlier than I did in the past though. So, why don't we get started with the pros and cons for our video of the game Yakuza 0 for the PS4. We'll start off with the pros first. The first one is that the story is both bizarre but interesting at the same time. Though. It's mostly, the majority of the story is serious though, since it's focus on sort of the Japanese mafia though during the 1980s, however, but there are some quirky and funny moments in the game. I mean, some of it is like, some of it you'll be kind of scratching your head thinking, what? And some of it you would be laughing at it. So there are some serious moments in it, and there are some funny moments as well too. So the next one up is the fun gameplay mechanics though. I mean, I like the combat in the game. It plays like a brawler, basically like an old school beat 'em up in a way, and I really enjoy the combat, how it's done in the game though. I believe you could pick from 3 different styles though. For each, I think there are 2 characters you could play. Right now I'm playing as this guy, Kazme Kiryu. Again, if I'm not saying his name right, I apologize for that though. And I go with the Brawler because I like that approach the most though. But overall, fun gameplay mechanics. You could pick from 3 different fighting styles though. And last but not least though, is the enjoyable side activities you can do in the game. And there's plenty you can actually do though, from like bowling, which I'll admit though, outside of playing video games, bowling is the second hobby I'm into though. Karaoke though, which is weird but also interesting at the same time though. Surprisingly, you could talk to girls on the phone. Yes, that is a thing. I don't know why it is, but it is, so I'm not going to argue against that in any way. And there are plenty of side stories to do in the game. Some of them are odd, but some of them are interesting, such as helping a child get back a video game that was stolen from him by a thief, though, to basically helping a sushi chef by going fishing, to why this is in there, it's beyond me, but not even going to argue. Stopping someone from selling their underwear to strangers. Again, not even going to ask why that's in there, it's just in there, but Either way, there's plenty of stuff you can do in the game as far as side activities go, and some of them are actually fun to do, though. Alright, so I'm going to take a little break. When we get back, I'll give you the cons and give you my thoughts, some of the areas what I don't like about the game. So we'll take a little break, we'll take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our review, though. I hope you guys enjoyed my first part when I talked about the pros, though. So now that the pros are out of the way, why don't we get started with the cons, alright? So, for the first con, I will say, is the visuals for the game, though. And I have to say, the visuals are so-so. I mean, they're not terrible. I mean, the game looks nice on the PS4, though, but don't expect this game to really push the PS4 hardware or anything like that. This mostly has to do with the fact that this game was also designed for the PS3 as well, so... I mean, yes, I mean, we're getting the PS4 version out over here in the US, though, so, I mean, it's not terrible or anything like that, but don't expect it to be, like it's gonna show off the true power of the PS4 or anything like that, though, alright? Alright, the next one is, of course, is the combat system, which I do feel it comes off as a little bit as being outdated, though. Now, I'm not saying the combat is terrible in the game, though. It's actually fun, though, and there's nothing more satisfying than seeing Kiryu. If I'm saying his name wrong, I apologize for that, though. Grabbing a bad guy and either, like, slamming him into the wall and punching him, or just picking him up, grabbing him and just repeatedly punching him in the face, though. So, there's nothing wrong with that. It is certainly satisfying, though. But compared to, say, the combat from other games like, say, Mad Max, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, or the Arkham series, compared to those games, I have to say it does come off as being a bit outdated because of the way, you know, the Arkham series, the Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, and Mad Max combat system follow sort of a free-roam type of approach, though, if I'm saying that correctly. Though, you know, you have one for just, you know, one attack, and you have one counter and so on, and, you know, a stun move, though. So between the two, I have to say that the combat systems in a lot of the WB games make Yakuza, if I'm saying that name correctly, Yakuza Zero's combat system a little bit dated, though. So again, it's not terrible, it's just not as good as the WB games, at least from my perspective, though. And finally, and this one, I would have to say, comes down to your taste, really, though. And a lot of it is that there's a lot of Japanese cultural influence in the game, though. And unless you are a longtime fan of the series or understand Japanese culture very well, though, then you're probably not going to get understand a lot of the stuff in the game. Some of it you'll be kind of scratching your head thinking, what? Or just think of it just like you don't understand a lot of the stuff. And that might turn some people off. I'm not saying it's going to turn everyone off. I mean, obviously, since this game has been... Obviously, some of the games have come here to the US, though. It's clear that there is an audience, though, okay? But it's not going to appeal to everybody, though. Mostly, this is a niche game, though. But overall, I have to say, despite the oddball of the game might be, though, I actually had fun with this game. I mean, its story is both interesting, odd, but interesting at the same time, and I really enjoyed the combat system in the game, though. I really thought it was fun, though. Maybe not as good as, like, the Arkham series, but still satisfying, though, and it's just that bizarreness about it that really just pulls me into it, though. And being someone who likes a lot of these oddball games from Japan, though, and not to mention a big fan of the niche games, though, it was actually a very satisfying guilty pleasure type of a game, though. Much like other oddball niche games, like, say, Akiba Trip, though, or No More Heroes, or so on. So, overall, if you're a longtime fan of the series, or you just want to get started, you heard of the series, but you never had a chance to play it before, then this is definitely a recommend. If you're basically into those oddball Japanese games, this is worth taking a look at it, though. Also, when I picked up this, it came with this, though, which is sort of a little, it's, you know, a little oddball gift, though. It's basically a card thing. It's a little case, neat art, Japanese art design, though, that comes with, like, 3 cards. Nothing special, though, so, 2 of the characters' names, both in English and Japanese, I presume. English, Japanese, and then, of course, a picture of some lovely ladies, though. So, it came with those who pre-ordered the game, though. But overall, it's a good series. It's an interesting series for those who've never tried it out before. It does make me kind of wish that I did play the other entries before, and I would love, and it certainly made me a fan of it now, so I'm looking forward to trying out future entries. Hopefully though, Sega will do another entry, so I believe they are, but hopefully they'll do another one soon, though. Alright, this concludes my review of Yakuza 0. If I'm saying the name wrong, I apologize for that, though. Alright, for the PS4. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? Are you a long-time fan of the series, though? Have you picked up the game yet? Have you not picked it up, though? Did you have a bad experience the first time you played it? Did you not have a bad experience with it? Did you like my review? Did you didn't like my review? Do you agree with my pros or cons, though? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think, though. Excuse me, though. I hope you hit the like button. I would really appreciate it, though. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be nice if you can, though. And of course, and this is optional, if you wish to donate to my channel, I'll have a link in the description below. Alright? Feel free to donate if you want to. It's optional, though. And all I have to say is, it's getting late, Southern California, so I'll be getting ready to go to bed soon, though. So from Southern California, though, I will see you again next time when I do another video, though. Hopefully that will be soon, but until then, for Southern California, though, wish you all a good evening, though. Bye!